Hey guys, I'm back with another candle review, and this time around for the 18-ounce Mulled Berry Cobbler candle from HomeWorx by Slatkin Co. This was $16.99 at my local HomeGoods. There was just a single one of this candle, and I picked it up because it seemed new, and I hadn't seen it anywhere else, and so here we are. You guys know I have my reservations with HomeWorx, but it's like this is an example, a prime example. Like you come across a candle like this one that's performing great and throwing great, and then you get sucked back into it. So it's just really such a gamble with HomeWorx, and I guess every candle brand at the end of the day does have their hits and misses. I think once again, HomeWorx is always like, because the marketing and all the literature surrounding the brand always like says like house filling, super grand, strong throw, and it isn't. So I think that's honestly kind of like lends to disconnect for sure. But you know, you guys can know I can go on and on about HomeWorx and their trials and tribulations, but here we are still buying them. So the joke's on us, I suppose. But in any case, yes, let's just get down to brass tacks and review this candle as it exists here. So the notes on this read mulled berries, raspberry jam, spiced maple, and cobbler crust. So yeah, this is actually quite nice. I've been like really going to town with this. It's a fourth burn. I've been really enjoying it. You know, it actually burns like quite fast and hot, but I actually don't even mind that at this point because I'm so inundated with candles these days that it's just like nice to like, just get through a candle that burns hot and fast and throws well. So I really don't mind that it burns so fast either. So what does it smell like? On cold, honestly, it's kind of like another generic like berry cobbler type of fragrance. It's not super groundbreaking or unique. If you ever like bought fragrance oils from the fragrance oil market, there's often like the standard berry cobbler or grandma's berry skillet or like, you know, hometown berry this, that, or the other that has that sort of like old country cobbler feel to it. And it's not too far off from just that kind of like run-of-the-mill like berry cobbler fragrance that you get from fragrance oils, but when you go to burn it, it's actually quite nice and scrumptious. It doesn't smell particularly cheap, so I enjoy that, and like it's just like nicely executed, so I can't really complain about the fragrance. But what it smells like is it really smells like a hot, juicy cobbler coming out of the oven. There's like this really like piping hot berries and cranberry type of blend that's in there. It smells like hot cranberries, like a cranberry like filling or a cranberry cobbler. There's definitely a tartness to it that I get from like a cranberry mixed with like a raspberry jam type of fragrance in there. And so it's like a raspberry cranberry, like warm, hot piping berry filling type of feel is in there for sure. And I enjoy that. It's like spiced ever so slightly from like a little bit of like a brown sugar and maybe just like a hint of cinnamon. Actually, no, I think there's, yeah, because when I do a smell, there's definitely a spiciness to it. So yeah, like cinnamon and brown sugar is in there for sure. And then so you get that like berry, raspberry, cranberry filling in there, and it's mixed with this awesome cobbler fragrance. A lot of times, like, companies, including HomeWorx, will say that it's like a cobbler or a pie fragrance, and you don't really get too much by the way of bakery, but this does actually smell sort of warm and crumbly, and I appreciate that. There's definitely a butteriness to it that I enjoy, mixed with a sort of brown sugar crumbliness that evokes a cobbler crust, just like it says on the photo, and like you just mix that together, and yeah, it's not too far off from like your blueberry pies and your iced cranberry scone and your sweet cranberry pie. It's not too far off from that, but I think I like this one because it does have a little bit of like a spiced note that makes it definitely feel fall-like, but I do enjoy that it's like sort of buttery and crumbly as well, that it still evokes enough of a bakery note, so I enjoy that too. I mean, if you enjoy like the other candles that I listed, I think you'll enjoy this one as well. Yeah, is that spiced maple on it? I mean, I don't think I would necessarily pick that out if it didn't say it on there. Like, I don't really smell maple syrup or like a sugary, like a gooey, you know, sticky sweet maple. I don't really get that. There's a little bit of sweetness and definitely a spiced component in here, but I wouldn't really let the maple turn you off if you are somebody who gets turned off by maple. It really smells like just an awesome berry cobbler. It's like executed well. It's not groundbreaking, but once again with like HomeWorx, it's just like their bakery fragrances, like they might not be unique, but it's oftentimes like the best execution of it in terms of you can smell the butteriness and the brown sugar, and it's just awesome. It just smells super cozy, and it would be great for like a October, November. It gives it very much like a Thanksgiving feast type of feel to it. There's like a home style stuffing candle that I also bought alongside this that I burned together. And when I burned the two together, there's just such incredible warmth and like a realistic baking Thanksgiving dinner feel to it. It just feels so cozy and awesome. And the two candles play really well off of each other. And so I just been just getting my life with these two candles, even though it's a little early to be burning these fragrances because it's still like 100 degrees outside. But I would say if you can find this one and the home style stuffing, save it until like October, November, and you're in for a treat. So two thumbs up, honestly, on this candle. As for the performance on this, I think this is a fourth burn and we're like past the halfway point. The wicks have not like drifted, they haven't drowned, they haven't toppled over. It does soot and it is definitely a fast and hot burner. Like I literally every single one of these burns, I will trim them to the smallest, tiniest little nubs possible, or otherwise they'll just soot like crazy, which happens to be the case with most multi-wick candles at this point. And so I'll just trim them to small, tiny little nubs, and you can still see like there is some smoke and like the flames are really high that you still get a little bit of sooting on here for sure. But just keep on top of the trimming. As for the throw, totally adequate. It's like not unscented like that awful pear blossom that I had recently from HomeWorx. This one's at first it wasn't super strong. I'm saying an open concept area. It was like more on a 4 to a 5 on the first burn. And I wasn't getting too much, but the more it burns and the hotter it gets, and like the more I get into it, I would say even up to like a 6 or a 7. I think I can definitely get like up to a 7 in a bedroom. And definitely hovers in like the 6 range, even in an open concept area. It's just super pleasant and super awesome. It's like oftentimes maybe like a BBW bakery fragrance can be a little bit too heavy and cloying. This one's just right, honestly, and I can just kind of have it burning without feeling like, I don't know, like suffocated or ill by it. So totally fine with the throw too. Overall, if you just want an awesome, another like berry cobbler fragrance, like honestly, it's not too different from the other sort of berry cobbler, berry pie, berry scone type of fragrances we've had before from other brands. But like it's still executed well, and there's just enough small little touches from the butteriness to the brown sugar crustiness to even a little bit of that sort of spiciness to evoke that sort of fall feel. There's enough touches in here that still make it kind of nice and awesome to have. And I've actually been really enjoying this. So this is just the thing with HomeWorx. Sometimes you get like crazy duds, but then sometimes you'll get a candle like this that performs well, and I guess it's just a gamble. That's what still keeps you, I guess, coming back to the brand despite all of the things that go on with them. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.